I, female 25, used to live with my fiance, Jay, male 26, at his mom's house for a short period of time at the start of our relationship. They used to have a gorgeous golden Labrador called Honey, who passed away at the age of 15, 3 years before I moved in. A bit of info about my future mother-in-law. When it gets cold outside, she loves to heat the house and never leaves any windows open, so it's always toasty and warm. One cold autumn night, me and my fiance were sat on the sofa in the living room watching a film. Jay's brothers were upstairs and his mom was at work on a night shift. All of a sudden, I felt this spot of freezing cold air next to me. I asked Jay if a window was open, and so he got up and double-checked and then shook his head. I was confused as there wasn't any flowing air like a draft, just cold, still air. I got excited and called Jay over. He felt it too, and what was strange is that we could make out a silhouette judging by where the cold air stopped and became warm. The cold air was about Honey's height and built as if she was sat on the floor next to me. I then felt the cold air move to my thighs, as if Honey was resting her head on my lap. I should mention that I was about 5 months pregnant at the time, and I was no stranger to having dogs sit next to me or lie by my feet, or if they were small enough, sit on my lap. I looked at Jay and he smiled at me with some tears in his eyes. He then told me that's what Honey used to do, and he thinks she might be saying hello to me and my bump. As silly as this might sound, I started to pet where it felt like her head was and talk to her, and Jay did the same. Eventually, we felt the cold go back to room temperature, and we had a really nice bonding moment. In the morning, when Jay's mom came back and I was getting ready for work, I mentioned it, and she smiled at me. She says she still feels Honey around the house sometimes, and she's glad I got to meet the old gal.
So she had never met Honey.
She never met little Honey.
Oh, yeah.
Just
I
a
want that
cutie.
experience.